to the following presentation of the National Football League.
We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. And tonight on this fine Thursday night, we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Washington Commanders taking on the New York Giants. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, and Charles, kickoff moments away. Quickly, what are you watching in this one?
The offensive line for both teams, because both teams have a terrific pass rush. They've got to keep their passers upright. If they have a chance to do that, they can both thrive on offense and move the ball downfield.
About set to begin another week of football, and happy to have you along. We are underway on Thursday night primetime. And they will ring it down a couple yards shy of the 30. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
And let's go ahead and keep this one simple. He had one of the most impressive rookie seasons in NFL history. A true dual-threat quarterback. He can beat you a variety of ways. Took his team to the conference championship last season, trying to take them to the Super Bowl in year 2.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be second down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
Brown goes in motion left. Now Daniels. On the screen, this is Eckler. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's third down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. Daniels going to try to sneak, and he's going to have a Commander's first down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the first down.
And as we say often, shows confidence in your offensive line. To the air goes Daniels. Over the middle here to Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 13 yards there and a Washington first.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That run right there was an offensive line coach's dream, wasn't it? Guys picked up all of their assignments, created a nice gap for the running back to get through, pick up 7 yards. Yeah, he's probably chortling on the headset right now saying, we got it going, boys. Let's keep it going.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels. And that is incomplete here.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. It's been a 7-play opening drive, and this is 3rd and short. Throwing now is Daniels. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 19. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
And a Washington first down.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
Running on first down, Eckler. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
This 2nd and 4. And they'll try to run the option here. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Pretty good job there defensively of stringing that one out.
Yeah, you've got a quarterback who's waiting and waiting for something to develop, and it just never materialized, and down he went behind the line of scrimmage.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. To throw is Daniels. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Jaden Daniels, a 13-yard touchdown run. And the Commanders put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead.
That's a really good decision right there outside of the pocket. You've got to know the right time to shift from passer to runner. He was looking and looking, nothing there. You can almost feel the brainwaves firing as he calculates, I think I can win a race to the pylon. And he turns out to be right. Touchdown.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0.
Giants nothing.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. They'll be led out by the man who proclaims to be from a whole pack of Badgers. Came into the league back in 2012, Russell Wilson.
Now his 3rd team in the last 3 years. You remember Denver to Pittsburgh and now here in New York. He showed flashes of the vintage Russ throughout the year in 2024 with the Steelers. Now he's looking to sustain those flashes for his new.
And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Malik Neighbors, 74 yards. And the Giants are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. They said that they wanted to get him involved early, and what a way to cap their opening drive, Charles. We know he's one of the fastest receivers in the NFL, and he showcased it on that play.
And when you have a guy like that, you want to make sure the defense sees him early, right? You want to see how they're going to adjust, how they're going to try and guard him, because they can't replicate his speed in practice unless they've got one of the few guys who are as fast as he is. And all it took was one drive. He burned them, and I don't think it's the last time they call his number in this one.
Extra point try good by Gano. And we are tied at 7. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One play drive and into the end zone for 6. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Commanders going to retake the field for drive number 2. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other. That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. They'll get this out wide to Eckler. Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team, because number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And McLaurin going to pick up a Commander's first down as he'll get this up to midfield. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. He'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's a fake on a jet sweep, and they'll look to throw it off play action. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a pickup of 12 and a Commander's first down.
I know this may be jumping the gun a little bit, but 7-7, they're flinging it around like crazy. Look at the drive that's going on here. Partner, we may have to start thinking about one of these defenses just holding someone to a field goal and maybe trying to get an advantage that way.
That's Samuel, caught left side. So nothing doing there, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. He's going to lead this for his running back. It's complete. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Here's Daniels. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
On 4th down, the Commanders send out Matt Gay to try the field goal. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And Gay knocks this one through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Giants offense and receiver Malik Neighbors headed onto the field. And he's had an early impact on the game. Sensational so far. And they'll likely be looking to find more ways to get him involved. They'll start with a run by Tracy. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
And the Giants first down.
Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The 2 big plays right in succession as this one goes for 27.
That's good for a New York Giants. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
And let's face it, what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a ring on a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
First and goal at the 6-yard line.
Wilson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. 10-7 our score after one right here on EA Sports. Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense.
Yep,
run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Daniels looking to throw. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. The offense on third down tonight, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. And it's not going to be enough here. A gain of 4, about 2 feet short of the marker, 4th down.
That looked great when he first took off because, in my mind, there was room to run and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call.
Tress-Way on 4th down is sent out to punt. Amir Smith-Marset deep for New York. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. That's caught at the 25.
That's interference. Defense.
So they will wave off the flag and let the completion stand.
Really great job by the receiver fighting through all the contact and still coming down with the football. All that great work in practice being put into the game.
Give him 9 on the scramble there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and just a couple of inches.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit when we decided not to throw it on 1st down. But give them credit. They recovered in time to deny him the 1st down yardage. But it's only 2nd and short. So that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. Straight ahead, here's Tracy. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 52 yards rushing for him now in just his first 3 carries.
Giants, 1st down. 1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Russell Wilson scoring on the keeper from 6 yards out. And the Giants have taken the lead.
What a call there on the quarterback draw. You want to spread the field and just tell your QB, hey, find a lane and go. And he's able to get the defense in a vulnerable spot and then take it into the end zone.
Gano for the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it was Russell Wilson finishing things off with a touchdown run. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Washington offense set to take over again. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Here's Eckler to begin the drive. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Now we get a stoppage because, as you can see, a member of the Commanders in some obvious discomfort. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Working out of the gun, Daniels. Throws the out route and completes it to Samuel. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. So the completion good for 7 there. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Daniels from the gun on 3rd down. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17.
And the Commanders' first down.
And not all spectacular catches are the result of a pass that maybe was not thrown quite right. Sometimes it's thrown in the perfect spot, and you have to just go get it. And he did that right there.
No fear there in the middle of the field. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Slings this deep from McLaurin. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I may be an analyst, but I'm also a fan. I love it when people take the big shots downfield, but he was under a lot of duress, and I think that forced the incompletion downfield. Didn't have a real good chance to find his target.
Off the play fake, Daniels. This is swung out to Eckler. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The Washington passing game dialed in now. It's a 1st down.
Well, they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Now a 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Brian Burns flying in there and dropping him for the sack.
Now that's a heck of a moment for your first sack of the game, because if this long drive ends without a touchdown because of that sack, we're going to look back and say that might be one of the biggest plays of this contest.
way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive. Back to throw. Daniels. He'll drop this one off to Eckler. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 26. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Now the first carry here for the running back. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up. Found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On the option, here's Eckler. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
When coaches stress their defense being physical, they don't just mean the big guys. How about the guys on the outside, the cornerbacks? It's not just their job to patrol the airspace. They can get involved in the run game as well.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Steps away to his left. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
Brandon, that's a gamer move right there. Facing third down, steps up, calls his own number, and nearly makes the house call. If I'm the coach, I let him take another one right here. Give him a chance to be the first one to hit the end zone after that effort he just gave him.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. 3 yards is the gain that time, second and goal.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately because if you let that big guy get a head of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on first down. Second and goal from the 1. Off the option, he'll try and run with it. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Jaden Daniels with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Commanders are able to move back in front. Well, Charles, he's already proven that he's not afraid to tuck that football down on the option, and he's into the end zone for the second time in the game.
And that's exactly what you need from your quarterback, the ability to run the ball fearlessly. And, in fact, many quarterbacks will tell you running the football doesn't scare them. Standing in the pocket and taking blindside hits, that's what terrifies them.
Extra point by Gain is up and good. And it's now 17-14.
17. Giants 14.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The New York set to take the field. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. In motion, Slayton. They'll go again with Tracy. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. 3rd down and 13. Throwing is Wilson. And the Washington pressure gets to him, and he will go down. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. On 4th down, Jamie Gillen on to punt for the Giants. Returnable here from the 38. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. The Commanders' offense and running back Austin Eckler set to take over once more. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with this better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation because, look, what they did last time out, now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence that they're going to put more points up on the board.
Here's a 2nd and 5. That's into the hands of Eckler. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. A 5-yard pass on 1st down and another 5-yard connection there. The start for them near flawless. Defense gets them a 3-and-out. 2 quick pass connections on offense.
So that's how a team works together. Just what you described. Get them the ball, give them a little momentum, and they're capitalizing off of that. Thanks a lot, guys.
And McLaurin, the motion man right. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. A quick throw there is incomplete. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way, a dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. They'll look to throw again. Flushed out right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It's a loss of a yard, so they'll wind up crediting him with a sack, and it brings up 3rd down.
3rd down. 3rd and long.
3rd down and 10. They'll send Brown in motion right. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Eluding the pressure right. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line. And that is not near enough. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
He certainly had plenty of success running the ball, and right now I'm getting the sense that he's looking to take off and run every time he steps back to throw it.
But they did a nice job there collapsing on him and holding him to a short gain. Now the former Oklahoma Sooner Tress Way on to punt the football. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So halftime is upon us on Thursday night primetime, and we go off to Orlando and Scott Hansen for our halftime report. Scott, we thank you as always, and we'll see what happens here in the second half. Both teams trying to find the right formula to come out with the victory. A field goal the difference. 17-14 is the score. Back underway here now in this 3rd quarter. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Giants offense set to begin this third quarter. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is...
And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Giants. A great effort there. 78 yards. And the Giants come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Gano now to add the extra point. It's up and good to make it 21-17. So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a nifty return there all the way across the 40. First possession of the second half now for Washington. And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side trying to match each other.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Operating from the gun, Daniels. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Operating from the gun, Daniels. That's into the hands of his tight end, Bates. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It'll be a loss of 2 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackled him for a loss.
Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. The home team's offense and their wide receiver getting set for this next possession. And he was pretty much unguardable in that first half. You see the numbers there as they try to add to him here in this third quarter. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Dorrance Armstrong able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
That's his 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. There's Wilson to throw. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. Now Wilson. Pass is caught by Wan'Dale Robinson. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll be 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. The Giants go on 4th, but come up empty. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So he needed the short yardage, Charles. He elected to try to bounce it outside of the outer third, unsuccessful.
Sometimes those plays are stacked up by the defense and there's nowhere to go, so you have to bounce it outside. And some backs just get impatient. They want to go to where they think there's more open territory instead of going where the play was actually blocked. In any case, it didn't work here.
They started on the ground with Eckler. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. 48 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
First down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. In motion left comes Brown. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
2nd and 10. Eckler now between the tackles. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Here is 3rd down and 4. Now Daniels. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th. We've seen him escape similar situations earlier in the game and get away for pretty good yardage. At that time, they get him down.
Yeah, they've had enough evidence that he can get away and run for good yardage, haven't they? That time it felt like, okay, enough of this. Let's play it the right way and get him on the ground before he does any damage.
A 46-yard attempt.
Gay's kick is good, and that'll bring him back within a point. So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the 3rd quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that, because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send the message that says, hey, we're not going away.
After the made field goal, Gay back out there to kick it off. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Giants offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of the halftime talk for this defense. We've got to find a way to slow him down. That's probably what they're saying. But nothing that they have done has worked so far. Tracy going to get it on first down. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Well, they'll run it here on a jet sweep. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. From the gun, it's Wilson. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Wilson on the keeper. Trying to barrel up in there, but I don't think he got it. Only a few inches needed on the sneak. He didn't get it, and now it's 4th down.
Well, that wound up backfiring. Instead of handing it to your workhorse fullback or running back, they went quarterback sneak, and now they have to punt it away.
So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. Credit there goes to those guys up front.
Certainly does, but we're also seeing how quarterbacks are doing it nowadays on the sneak. When I played high school ball, my coach John Ford used to say, just get down behind those guys and pick up the 1st down. Now these guys might hesitate to count, use their vision in their eyes, and find the crease and dive for it that way.
Play action. It's Wilson. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. 3rd quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. Oh, it's a screen pass. It's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down for a nice little gain. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch, I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the 2nd half.
Here's the sneak with Wilson. And he will have a Giants 1st down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
They pick it up on 3rd and 1 on the quarterback sneak, and that's not easily done because there are extra bodies in there on the defensive side, and they're moving forward at the snap.
Yeah, I was certainly expecting a handoff, weren't you?
Yeah, I totally was. I thought they'd go with a back, maybe try and get a lead blocker in front. But as you talk about in different games, those guys with confidence in their offensive line, they just want to move forward and get it.
And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
On the give, it's Tracy. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 10 yards, good for a Giant 1st down.
10 yards. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. And they'll send the tight end in motion. And they run the option here on 1st and 10. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he's stopped in the backfield. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Dorrance Armstrong bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
First and second down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big. Now it's Wilson. A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
The frustration evident there because he couldn't find anyone on 3rd down, and he left no doubt that he was throwing that one away.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to get the lead up to 4. Gano's kick is good. And that'll move their lead up to 4 now. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And he'll wind up losing yardage here, back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
And that's exactly what you're looking for at the inside linebacker spot. Versatility. He can drop into coverage, or as he did on that last play, use his speed to get to the perimeter and knock the ball carrier for a loss.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. And the Giants ready to come out now. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Play action. Now Wilson. To the sideline and incomplete.
And when you're in a one-score game in the second half, now's not the time to force the football into places where you shouldn't. And that's a smart decision to just get that one out of there.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw is Wilson. Right to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
The offense on third down tonight, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Catch made by Slayton. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to make it 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away and trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
37 yards on the punt with no return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. And the Washington offense heading out. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. Play action. Now it's Daniels. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
From the 23, this is 2nd and 3. Throwing now is Daniels. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And McLaurin going to pick up a Commander's 1st down as the tackle made up at the 27.
It's a gain of 3. And the Washington 1st down.
Here's Daniels. And that is incomplete. The coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
When you're running the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Up the middle with Eckler. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the 1st. Daniels from the gun on 3rd down. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. It's a 1st down Washington on a pickup of 18.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
He'll get this out wide to Eckler. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
In motion right is Brown. To the air goes Daniels. On the screen, this is Eckler. Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. Daniels looking to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. The Washington passing game dialed in now. It's a 1st down.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another 1st down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
Working out of the gun, Daniels. That's caught. It's Chris Moore. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. They'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack. Good pressure, and it's second down.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has now received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12. To throw is Daniels. This is Ertz on the pitch and catch. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
From the gun on 3rd down, Daniels. He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Commanders have taken a 4th quarter lead.
And touchdown, and congratulations, and 0 relaxation ahead of them, right? Way too much time on the clock for them to start celebrating.
Yeah, part 1 is done, but now on the sideline, you can already see them scrambling down there. They're getting those defensive guys ready.
Yes, you have to get those guys ready, and you also have to talk to your special teams guys. Make sure the kickoff is exactly what you want and cover it well.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. So here we go. Wilson and the Giants down 27-24. 1:54 on the clock. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down. That's caught by Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
18. And the Giants, 1st down.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. They'll hand it to Tracy. And some room to maneuver. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And now all of a sudden the shoe's kind of on the other foot. Maybe you pull the reins back here a bit?
Yeah, a little bit because you got to make sure that you don't score too quickly.
1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
This is 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. That one taken in by Neighbors. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game.
2nd and 4 at the 11-yard line.
Here comes 2nd down. Throwing now is Wilson. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Dorrance Armstrong in there to drop him as that clock continues to run.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
A big play needed, no doubt. 3rd and long. Now Wilson. And that is incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
Gano's kick is good. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. So in the final minute, they turn it over to their kicker to get him back to even, and he does not disappoint.
Brandon, do you think the pressure ever gets to this guy? Because I sure don't. That was pretty smooth right there. I tell you, he better not rest on his laurels, because there's a good chance they may need him again if this game goes to overtime.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Commanders' offense and Jaden Daniels getting set for this next possession. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes the right read seemingly every time. Oh, but a great tackle there. Going to hold him to no gain as the clock runs.
The line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd down at the 27-yard line.
So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dial. So the first chance of this overtime will go to Washington as we are back underway. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. A look at Washington as they come onto the field.
At their own 24-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together. He'll hand off here to Eckler. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
He's taken down.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
Opening drive of overtime. Both teams will get a possession, barring a defensive score. Here's 2nd down. Now a first throw here in overtime. Ertz over the middle. 7 yards there and a 1st down. So he hooked up with a veteran there, and in overtime, that's not a bad idea. Go with the age and the experience.
Yeah, because sometimes the young guys, they give you the fresh legs and give you all that bounce. But in this type of a situation, sometimes those legs slow down a little bit as the enormity of the moment overwhelms them. The veteran guys, they tend to come through.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Oh, he as hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Absolutely nowhere to go with the football, and he's just going to put this one in the Hudson River. Maybe he's a little fortunate he didn't get called for grounding because that one was well over everyone's head.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now Daniels. And he backs it away, and it falls down incomplete.
That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without a penalty.
In need of a 3rd and 10 conversion to keep this opening drive of OT alive. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that's caught inside the 35. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 31-yard line.
And the Washington first down.
A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there.
No, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8.
To Noah Brown. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 10-yard line.
Now remember again, a touchdown wouldn't win it just yet, but it can give him a big leg up. It's 2nd down. Looking to throw. Daniels. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
I like the call. It looked like the right time to dial up a running back screen. But this one got disrupted right from the start, and it ends up falling incomplete.
Hoping to keep this OT drive alive. Now they face a 3rd and 2. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
So a big move here, playing to win in overtime. They're going to go for it on 4th down. They'll run for it with Eckler. And nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. The Commanders went for it, but they could not pick up the first. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. And defensively, they were ready for that, a full-on blitz on 4th down, and they stop them short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
Looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. This being their 2nd opportunity in overtime, 3rd overall drive, see if they can settle into a rhythm.
And that's what you're looking for. Get a few first downs, move the ball downfield, have some confidence, get yourself in a spot where you can at least kick a field goal to win it. But I tell you this, if I'm the play caller, I'm looking at that part of my sheet that says playmakers. Get the ball in their hands, critical situation, now's their time.
It'll be a gain of 5. 3rd and 7 now.
What terrifies defenses when they see slant routes thrown is that the receiver is on the move, and oftentimes he catches it and gets upfield. Does a really nice job rallying to him and stopping him for a minimal gain.
Here's 3rd and 7. Wilson. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Good clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get him off the field with a 3 and out.
Here's Jamie Gillen now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. That'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Commanders' offense returning to the field. Well, this is a pretty rare situation here, Charles. You get into overtime, neither team coming through with even a field goal on their first drive. So now, sudden death with the time remaining. Next score wins.
And now I would say that going at it might be a little bit easier for both teams now because they've eased into overtime. That first series broke everything on the line then. Now you've seen what a defense is throwing at you. You can make some adjustments, and all you need is 3 points to win it. And here in overtime, that had the potential to be the definition of a game-changing interception, but he couldn't find a way to pull it in, and that's a disappointment there.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
From the gun on 3rd down, Daniels. That is caught. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. They give him 16 yards there, and it's a Washington 1st down. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more.
No gain on the play.
This defense, tough to run against. And those linebackers, they'll go side to side up the field, and there they get them for no gain.
If you can't get linemen upfield to the 2nd level to occupy them, they have a field day just running to the football and putting ball carriers on the ground. Not many yards after contact when they wrap up like that.
And he'll be well short of a 1st down as he stopped again right at the line of scrimmage. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Well, they certainly didn't appear to be fired up about their options throwing the football. So, to me, this seems like a case of just kind of taking their medicine there, run the ball, see if they could pick up something. Instead, they were throwing for a loss.
So it all rests now on the right foot of the kicker, Matt Gay. And now the Giants, they get the officials' attention and take another timeout. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. And the Commanders are going to win this football game. And for the visitors, it is going to be a happy flight home. It is always such a treat, Charles, in the NFL when you can go on the road and get a victory, and that's exactly what they accomplished here today.
Oh, the trip home so much sweeter, isn't it? All the noise they heard before, how tough it is to win on the road, how tough it is to play in this stadium, how hyped up that crowd's going to be. They just used it as fuel, came in full of confidence, believed in themselves, and got it done.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaunt, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. From MetLife Stadium, good night, everybody.